So hello to all my Waco ISD Succeed new teachers and mentor teachers who were unable to attend the first face-to-face sessions on either 9-5 or 9-7 respectively. This makeup session is going to provide you with the information given during those meetings and then also some links to the additional resources that we talk about during the meeting. So if you take the opportunity to watch this video, during this video there will be a slide that I will bring up a URL where you can complete your sign-in. To receive credit for attendance on the meeting, you must submit that sign-in. It goes through a Google form. But again, I'll make sure I stop during the video and show you that and how to access that link and how to complete your sign-in. And that way, again, you'll receive credit for the meeting. So the purpose of meeting one was to discuss the mentor role. This in reference to knowing what the mentor's role is as a new teacher and what to expect, and then also the mentor role for the mentors and understanding what the expectations are as they're laid out. We discussed building relationships and how this works with new teachers and building relationships with their students, but also the concept of building relationships between our new teachers and mentors because of the type of professional relationship that y'all carry out through the course of the year. It's important that you build a strong trust with one another so you can be open and honest and actively engaged in this process to help all of our new teachers be successful in this first year of teaching, but also to help our mentors grow in their abilities as well as they learn new things from their first year teachers. We talk about the phases of a first year teacher. We'll go through the Google Classroom and make sure that everybody is enrolled or aware of Google Classroom, where the entire Waco ISD Succeed program is housed, how to navigate that classroom, also how to submit assignments, and then we'll talk about our upcoming assignments and meetings. Throughout this video, I have embedded some YouTube videos that will be linked below this main video that you can go through and view in that meeting setup. I won't actually sit here and play them during the meeting, but again, these links will be available. I highly recommend go through and watching these. They're short videos that kind of really emphasize the point of what we're trying to get across. So the first video refers to what is the mentor's role. As a definition, a mentor is a person or friend who guides a less experienced person by building trust and modeling positive behaviors. An effective mentor understands that his or her role is to be dependable, engaged, authentic, and tuned in to the needs of the mentee or new teacher. So we ask that as a mentor, that you are actively involved in the process, that you look to gain as much from this experience as your new teacher will from your knowledge and experience. Be dependable, be available, making sure that you are able to meet with them on a regular basis. You know, once a month or at these meetings is not enough. You're usually seeing them on a daily basis. Hopefully you've been assigned a mentor or a new teacher that has your common planning period. They're on the same grade level. They teach in the same subject area. So hopefully you have a commonality there. If not, it's finding the time either during school, after school, before school, whenever it may be that works out for both of y'all's schedules to meet and discuss and reflect on your practice. Be engaged, be authentic, be willing to have those truthful conversations and to discuss things about your professional practice that, you know, sometimes are going well and sometimes may need help. Don't be afraid to have those difficult conversations and truly ask for help or truly provide some experience and mentoring when it's needed. And also, it's not just professional. Serving as a mentor or having a mentor, really everybody understands what that first year of teaching was like. So a lot of times, not only are we dealing with professional needs, but also the ability to balance professional and family needs, and then just the emotional toll that can be taken on a first year teacher. So that mentoring role also serves as emotional support as you go through this year. As basic expectations, meet consistently, complete assignments, submissions on time, assist new teachers with assignment submissions. So mentors and new teachers should be working together on that. It should not be new teachers sent out to do those on their own. In every effort, try to attend the face-to-face meetings because that's where we really have a lot of collaboration and time to work with those fellow new teachers or fellow mentors to discuss the program and your current experiences. If you're unable to attend those face-to-face, we will have these online sessions for each meeting, so make sure you're able to go through and watch those and basically be available. The mentor's overall role is to promote the growth and development of the beginning teacher to improve student learning. And it's ultimately to help the new teachers find success. In this video, it's John Wooden. It gives a really great definition, and this is what he describes as success. Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you did the best to become the best you're capable of becoming. He described in detail how he came about this definition, and it's just phenomenal to think that when we're talking success, we're talking about each teacher reaching their personal best, what they are capable of doing. Everybody in the classroom does this in their own way. There are no two teachers that are exactly alike. Even if they go in to attempt to deliver the same lesson, teachers have their own style. So as a mentor, you're helping those teachers find what their role is, what their capability is, and to be their best. And as new teachers, realize it's not that you have to be just like your mentor. It's that you are going to be the best teacher that you can be. We also talked a lot during this meeting about building relationships and the importance of that piece. At this point in the year, if the new teachers have not built relationships with their students, or if new or veteran teachers are struggling to build those relationships with their students, the learning process just really doesn't take place. No significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. Our students must know that you care. They must understand the expectation that you have for them, and you must be consistent with it. So in that, we talked about ways to start building those relationships. Simple things, how you greet your students, knowing their names, using proximity, making positive phone calls home, or providing positive notes. Many times the first call home to a student or family deals with a negative consequence or negative behavior. So sometimes taking time to make those positive phone calls first helps you to build that positive relationship, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in just a minute. So we're going to stop here for a moment and have you go ahead and sign in. Again, what you're going to do is you're going to navigate to this URL, https://goo.gl/EBR_QXS. What this is, it's going to take you to a Google form, and this Google form requires you to be signed in to your Waco ISD Google account. So again, if you use this link and you're unable to access the form, or it's saying you do not have access, it's because you are signed into a personal Google account and not your Waco ISD Google account. All you have to do is sign in with your Waco ISD Google account, and then go in and re-access this URL. What it should look like is this when it comes up. All you have to do is provide your employee ID number, hit submit, and you're now signed in for the session. Additional pieces we talked about on building relationships: attending extracurricular events, caring enough to notice when your students are absent. Elementaries have great programs built into conscious discipline when they talk about the wish well. So each morning there's usually a routine built in where they are taking time to notice those students that are out. What's really cool is you're noticing the students that are out, but all the other students are seeing that, and they know that when they're out and absent, that you are going to be doing that wish well with the group, and that people are going to be thinking about them. And it really builds excitement for the students to come back and hear about how they were missed. Listen to announcements for students. Find opportunities to recognize and reinforce. Again, always trying to find positive reinforcements that you can provide to those students, particularly those that you maybe struggle with. You struggle with behaviors in the classroom. Finding ways to recognize positive behaviors to begin building a positive depository, as you would say, because you need to have that positive relationship, because you know there's going to be times when you have to come back and redirect and correct those students to remain consistent with your expectations. All relationships, one makes deposits to and withdrawals from the other individual in that relationship. Now this is teacher to student, this is student to student. This is husband to wife, spouse, whatever it may be. All relationships have this concept of deposits and withdrawals. And this is a really good graphic on that representation. And you should always stop and think about, are you making more withdrawals than you are deposits? Are you discussing more negative consequences or negative behaviors with your students than you are making those positive deposits, recognitions, reinforcements of the right behaviors, of the expected behaviors? If so, you're sitting at a deficit if you're making too many withdrawals. And what happens in those relationships when you spend more time in the negative is you begin to lose that relationship with the student. And what you'll notice is those negative interactions really take a lot more away, and it takes more to build the positive back. When you lose a relationship with a student, it could take weeks, months, the rest of the year to rebuild that. And during that time, it sometimes is very difficult for that student to want to learn in your classroom. Very few of the students may come into the class excited about the math work that they're about to take part in. But if they have a relationship with you as the teacher, they're willing to do that work for you, and then you're able to show them why that work is important and how it relates to their everyday life. But that all starts with that relationship component. So always try to stop and reflect on what type of interactions are you having with your students. Are you making more positive deposits than you are withdrawals with your students? If not, what can you do to change that behavior to help build that? And again, just another video on how those relationships can turn out. This is a great video for my new teachers. Again, below this video, in the post, this YouTube video will be linked, so make sure you take a second to watch these really impactful pieces. During this, we also went through a personality test. These links will provide you access to the materials. Also, I'm going to provide this in a link below this video to a Google Drive folder that has all of these materials. The personality test is just a quick 4-question where it defines your lettering and then provides you a personality type. Really neat little activity, and it's really a simple one that you can use with your students. So you can see here all the different personality types, and all of these are based off of a very simple 4-question personality test. So in that PowerPoint, you can actually link directly to those activities if you'd like to print those out and go through them. This is fun for mentors and new teachers to go through and identify their personality types, and then to think about how are those two personality types going to interact. Are there going to be issues based on that? Are you going to have to take into consideration some of the needs of the other personality type when you're working with them? And again, just another way to help try to build a stronger relationship between the new teacher and mentor. Then we also talk generational trends, and this is a fun kind of assignment or activity. This is a great little feed on the different generational generalities, you could say, based on birth and birth year. And so here's your baby boomers. It gives you some cultural icons. And what I really like about this is what to remember about baby boomers and when working with baby boomers, some of the things you might need to think about. Now, are these exact? No. But they do give some insights into some trends based on each different generation. And think about this when you're working with your mentor or new teacher. If you do come from different generations and different backgrounds, there's going to be some differences in the way things are done. So if you can take that into consideration when you're interacting with one another, you can again build a level of mutual respect and then move forward with a strong mentor-new teacher relationship. Same thing working with your students. You're coming from different generations, different expectations, and understanding your students in that manner and being able to kind of approach them in that manner can help build stronger relationships. Again, all of these activities will be available below this video in a link. After that, we start talking about first year teachers and the phases that many of them tend to go through. Again, this is a generalization. This does not mean that all teachers go through this, but research has shown this is a standard teacher's year as you begin to move through the entire school year. So it all started with anticipation. I'm sure everybody remembers the day they got the call for the new teachers and received the job. So there's an excitement to it. Then as the start date gets a little bit closer, there's there's a nervousness most likely, and then this first day of school comes around, and you're now in the white water, as Dr. Nelson would say. So you are thrown into all the things that come along with teaching, not just teaching the students, but the administration and administrative pieces as far as the paperworks and the other duties as assigned. So oftentimes what happens is prior to these holidays is you go into a survival mode. You're just trying to get your patterns and behaviors aligned to be able to complete all the tasks that you have to complete that maybe you weren't aware of. And then sometimes comes this disillusionment, this idea that this is not what I thought it was going to be. And it can become not overwhelming, but you'll see that this happens right around the holiday time. I'll tell you this, all first-year teachers, all veteran teachers know that Thanksgiving was placed there specifically for teachers. That week comes at such an opportune time when some people may feel like they're almost at the point of drowning. It's the perfectly placed holiday for you to take time to rejuvenate, take time for yourself to rebuild that passion and energy that you had starting the year. And then when you come back from the holiday, you begin to feel that. You're excited, you're ready for the start of the new year, for that second semester, which really is just a blur. From the time you come back from Christmas holiday, all you have to look ahead to is spring break, and really that time just moves extremely quick. You begin to reflect on your practice. You begin thinking about, as a first-year teacher, what you're going to do different next year. And you get excited again to build up to starting your new year next year, because every year gets better. Veteran teachers change their practice each year as they begin to grow and learn, as the students change. And so this is just a generalized cycle. Not all teachers are going to experience this, but just the realization that when you get down, there is a rejuvenation. There is a time to reflect on and to rejuvenate and rebuild that passion and relight that fire, so that you can come back after the holidays and really go back to just loving the teaching once you understand all the other stuff that goes along with it. And then we handed out and talked about the new Waco ISD platform for classroom expectation called the Waco ISD Super 7. So if you have not yet seen this document, it will be attached in the folder or available in the Google Drive folder. And basically, if you as a new teacher, and even for our mentor teachers, need a guideline for what is expected in the classroom, here it is. High expectations for every student, advanced questioning, academic vocabulary, daily journaling, posted objective every day, active word walls, and then weekly planning. These are the district determined classroom expectations and campus expectations for what instruction should be, what should be taking place in every classroom throughout the district, every campus, every classroom. With that, a big piece is, of course, questioning, and we have some resources that we're providing for secondary campuses. You hear a lot about COSTAs with AVID. Everybody's heard Bloom's taxonomy, and so what we've done is we've taken, with the help of Mr. Jeremy Kidd, who has put this all together, it takes a COSTAs and Bloom taxonomy, kind of combines those pieces, and it provides you with some question stems, and along with the identification of some of the verbs and components from the standards that can help you really build some strong questions into the classroom. Questioning is a very difficult skill to learn. It takes time to plan the questions out, especially in your higher level questions. Those typically aren't questions you can just come up with during the course of a lesson. You have to plan those out and be prepared for those, and able to deliver those in the classroom and help guide those conversations that come about from it. So we provide you again with another resource that will be available in the Google Drive folder. What I do want to make sure is that everybody is signed up in Google Classroom. At this point, I see that the number is getting up there where it should be. If not, here's the link to Google Classroom, and here's the class code. Now, you must be signed into your Waco ISD Google account to join the classroom. If you have any trouble accessing the classroom, please send me an email, patrick.upmore@wacoisd.org. For those that are in the classroom, here's what it looks like. You can see here it's just a live stream of the different activities that are there and available. So here's all the assignments. I just posted in here a video on how to make sure you're completing the assignment so they show done. What's happening is a lot of people aren't going through and marking as done, so they continue to receive these notifications and emails that an assignment was not completed, even though it was. I also talk in there about this spreadsheet here, the Waco ISD Assignments Overview. This spreadsheet actually will show you all the assignments that have been submitted, your current completion percentage, and so there's a tab for both mentor and new teachers. And again, if you go across the main menu bar, you can see which assignment, when it was submitted, or if it has not been submitted, you'll see the 0, and then your percent complete. So again, you can keep track. This is all live based on the submissions. Every assignment submission comes through Google Classroom. It's either through a Google form or on a Google discussion board. And this is the one-stop shop for all things Waco ISD Succeed. If you want to simplify after completing assignments 1 and 2, which are built for both groups, if you want to see specifically assignments for mentors, you can click Mentor Teacher under Topics. It'll show those pieces. New Teacher, it will show those pieces. And then the assignments will begin to post. You can see I've already built them out for the year. And they post about a month out from the assignment due date. And it's just a matter of kind of keeping up, setting up those notifications. If you aren't receiving notifications from Google Classroom, in the menu, you can go down to Settings, and on Settings you can set up notifications, and that way you would receive email notifications when assignments are due. It doesn't decipher the group yet as new teachers and mentors, so if you're a new teacher and you're receiving notifications about the mentor assignments, it's okay, just ignore those. Mentor teachers, same thing. If you're receiving notifications about new teacher assignments, you can ignore those, it's okay. So again, making sure you're in the classroom. If you have any trouble, please contact me. Once you're in there, that's where everything for Waco ISD Succeed is housed, and you should have access to all the assignments, all the materials, all the resources. So upcoming assignments, mentor teachers, you've completed your application, assignment 1 for new teachers as well. Assignment 2, new teachers and mentor teachers have completed this one. You have discussion 1 that's currently posted, where you are posting one answer to a discussion assignment that I posted on there in regards to a positive event from this first several weeks of school, and then posting one question and going on there and looking through the different discussion boards and helping out your fellow teachers and providing them with your knowledge and expertise. Now this can be help from other new teachers, help from other mentor teachers. It's not specific mentor to their new teacher. This is just the entire group collaborating on questions that we may have in the classroom. Upcoming meetings for mentor teachers. This is the 9/7 makeup meeting. You have a face-to-face on 11/2, November 2nd. There'll be an online presentation in January to guide you through the second part of the year. And then the final celebration meeting on May the 15th that will wrap up the entire program. We're going to have that one together with mentors and new teachers. All the other sessions are separate for mentors and new teachers at this time. New teachers. This is the makeup for the 9/5 meeting. There's a meeting in November the 7th. There's a January meeting, January 16th, February the 22nd, and then that final meeting on the 15th of May. We try to leave you guys alone in the second semester as it becomes a little bit busier on campus as we move towards testing and the instruction process. We want to make sure that you guys are focusing on your students and your campus at that time. But again, we're always here to support you, and new teachers, you'll have the support of your mentor teacher throughout the course of that second semester as you're working towards the assignment 3, which is a reflection and goals that can also line out your goals for T-tests and help you achieve those areas of refinement defined by your Canvas appraiser. The mentor stipend calculation will be in this PowerPoint for mentors to go through and see. details how your stipend will be calculated. Mentors, if you're serving one new teacher, there's a stipend of $500, and then of course $500 for each additional new teacher if you're serving up to 3. Again, this stipend is only for the mentor. It is not for the new teacher. But again, this will guide you through the calculation, and you can view this PowerPoint to go through that process. If you have any questions or concerns, information is posted on the curriculum website at this link. It provides you access to all the materials, the classroom, etc. You can also contact me, Patrick Upmore, Director of Professional Development, or at secondary level, we have Jeremy Kidd, but he is more than happy to help. Elementary, secondary, new teachers, mentors, it doesn't matter. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact either one of us. We want you again to feel supported, to feel successful, and to have a great first year in Waco ISD. Thank you to my mentors for serving in the program. Thank you to all teachers for serving the students of Waco ISD. All right, guys, remember, hard work pays off.